What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes, and welcome to another episode of my Path to Power. Today, we get a free pack, and with the new team of the week out, I was ever so hopeful, and we actually get Mandanda, who unfortunately, the French League One is just not a very expensive league, so he really doesn't sell for that much, even though he's a very, very strong keeper. I'd actually encourage you guys, if you're using, a three-back formation, you can just match up the nationality with your middle center back. So if you're using a BPL side and you're using Koscielny or you're using Kabul, have a look at Mandanda or some of the other, maybe French keepers. There are quite a few good ones. If you can't afford Lloris, if you can't afford Czech, Mandanda is going to be a really nice, cheap option. That goes for any of the other nationalities as well. There's some nice cheap options at keeper in other leagues that really don't carry the price tag that some of the cards in the BPL might carry or you might have to pay. I managed to eventually get a match, but he's going to say absolutely not. Dirty Talking just looks a little bit too strong, and I had a few suggestions for how I could make this team get on 100 chem, but to be honest, guys, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to getting that perfect 99 chemistry. As many of you guys may know from the Deck Decider series, I just refuse to let it go unless it is at the perfect chem. Tarapt is absolutely fine on 7 chem. He's extremely good still. I haven't even noticed that there's been really much of a difference. Neymar here, though, really lucky to keep that, but picks it up. And once I get that far, there's only really going to be one outcome. A little bit of step over work to get back inside, and that's an easy finesse shot into the corner to give us a 1-0 lead in the 19th minute. I thought this guy might be tough because I looked at his front three when I first looked at the side, and then right as the squad showcase was coming to a close, I had a look at his back four, and he did something that I see a lot of people do on Ultimate Team, and that is spend all of their coins on attacking players. Guys, do not do that. There are a lot of obviously wonderful defensive options out there, but this is what I was talking about with Tarab. Like, that's a heck of a goal. He's on 7 chemistry. It just didn't matter. Now, I don't think you want a whole team of players on 7 chemistry, but I think a player here or a player there, you're going to be able to get away with it, and it might not actually be that big of a deal. It's something that I'm going to have to kind of play with a little bit more and take into consideration and see what's going on with it. It's one of those where you first instincts, everything seems a-okay. This guy also, though, didn't have very high chemistry, so it might be one of those where if I come up against someone who's got perfect chemistry, then it could be an issue, but when they don't have perfect chemistry, it's not an issue. I don't know. That's purely speculation. Mario Balotelli, lucky to keep it again, but he does manage to get inside with a nice little roulette. Near post still so OP. Ballo gets what Ballo wants, and he told me he wanted a goal. He manages to get one back here. Lovely cross in, and Gonzalo Higuain manages to put it away. If you guys remember, we had him at the very, very beginning of Path to Power. He was the first big-time striker that we bought, but straight off a kickoff, lovely what is that, a juggling rainbow, but it goes to Balotelli rather than Tarot keeping it. He's going to bully his way and step on inside. This guy had very slow center backs, and that's what I meant with be careful what you do. I mean, one of them was Mascherano, so I guess he had to have spent some coins on him, but Mascherano's small. He's not fast. He is in good positions, but there are players like Balotelli that are just going to absolutely take advantage of him. Want to know, also, been reading tons of transfer blogs. Daniel Sturridge to Liverpool. That's crazy to me. 12 million is what they're saying. So I might have to try out a game with Liverpool, I suppose, on FIFA, see if that makes them relevant, because I know a lot of people in competitive stuff play Sturridge ahead of Fernando Torres a lot of the time. But I kind of want to, it's interesting how much English talent goes for versus, other talent. I'm not sure how much Manchester United paid for Shinji Kagawa in the summer transfer window. Obviously, he had less time left on his contract, I think. So, but I want to say they paid somewhere in the same sort of region as Sturridge. And so you compare those two players and it's, hey, Bundesliga player of the year versus the guy that's, essentially been kind of sitting on Chelsea's bench. And they're kind of going for the same price, which is crazy. I understand there are regulations as to how many English players need to be on a squad and things of that nature, which is going to create a higher demand for good English players. And when there's a higher demand for good English players, the price of those players is going to go up. That is basic. I suppose that could be FIFAnomics as well, but not the game, but the real world FIFA. I guess that could be Barclays Premieronomics. Pass on that one. We're going to save that word for another day. Getting started, though, in the next match here. We're playing a guy whose abbreviation is LAD, and a really unlucky start to the game for him right here. Tarab's going to manage to pick it up, and We're going to give it to Peter Crouch, and that's just a fail of a shot. But it manages to fall to Ballo, and that's a good save. And Balotelli doesn't fall down. And, oh, look, Taarabt wide open net. We'll take a 1-goal lead in the 3rd minute. It changes the entirety of the match because he's now already knowing that he's down a goal and he's going to have to attack. He cannot sit back, defend, play Ultra D, and counterattack. And the Ultra D counterattack is one of those things on FIFA that I see a lot of people playing that, and when a lot of people play it, they get flustered in the back when they get a goal scored on them early, because then that changes their whole plan, because they were planning on sitting back, defending, and maybe swooping a goal here, swooping a goal there. Now, I'm not saying this guy was definitely on Ultra D, but he had plenty of guys at the back for the most part. Lovely little sombrero flick from Ben Arfa, doesn't manage to get it in, but it falls to Ballo again for another goal in the 51st minute. He is the most overpowered striker on Ultimate Team, especially with the Christmas market crash. If you do not own him and you have, I think he's going for like 20,000 coins, and you have 20,000 coins, he should be in your squad somewhere. Just a ridiculous player. Strength, size, pace. You've heard me talk about all of it before. You know that I am a fan of his. Anyways, guys, we're coming to a close of this episode. If you did enjoy it, a like or thumbs up is always greatly appreciated. Thank you for your support on the previous video. 3,000 likes is amazing. If we could do that again, that would be awesome. My name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.